Pam param pa 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 pam 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 pam. Bum 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 bum. Ba 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 bum 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 bum. Yes, I know the mic is open. I know. I know, no issue. No issue. Para pa pa pum 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 pum. Ba 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 bum. Ba 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 bum bum. Ba ba bum 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 ba ba bum. Ba ba bum bum. Ba 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 bum ba ba bum bum bum. I'm starting up. 1 second, my boys. 1 second. Bada bada boom. Bada bada boom. Boom 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 boom. Tonight we work on monster turrets. I don't know yet exactly how I will do it, but I will find a way. I will is one word only, my friend. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I think I'm ready. Let me see. Let me see. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, I think I am. I think I am. Good evening, everyone, and good afternoon to all of you, whenever you are in the world, and welcome to another stream of Planeshift. Let's go, boys. Hello, Hula. So, what I want to work on today is allowing a turret.
I will find a way to set things right.
Exactly. Ooh, look at the snow. This was the snow in the old game. There was actually settling on the ground, right? One day we will have this again. I don't know when, but we will have this again. Yeah, we will have this again. Yes. Yeah, we will one day. I don't know when, but it will happen. We will have better weather. Yeah, better weather system. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Okay, so... So what I want to do... I want to have this turret to be able to shoot. This turret and other potential other turrets, I want this to be able to do damage in a radius, but in a kind of a shooting way, right? Now, we can do it in two different ways. One is to have a tick, right, on this turret, which is actually checking all the players around and is selecting the target and shooting. But I don't know if that's really the greatest way. Another way would be to just use the same system that we use already. Because in reality, this turret is nothing else than... no, not this one, right? Yes, exactly. So we have... let me see, where is it? Why I don't find it? Why I don't find it? Ah, because it's called Tribe Trap. Yes, this one, right? So this one actually is doing damage in a radius, right? Is doing damage in a radius and is also capable of doing continuous damage, right? Every 2 seconds or whatever we decide, right? Because there is a new variable here which is continuous damage that we can activate, right? So in theory we could add a new variable which is like is projectile, right? And we can say if continuous damage is projectile, it will actually shoot something. Now, how do we shoot something? Well, we could because we have a way to shoot stuff, right? And we use it, I mean, we have it in spells. In spells, I think we have something like called projectile, right? Projectile. We have projectile there. And perhaps one day on Plaza a snowman? Maybe. It would be nice to have a snowman for sure. So I'm thinking if we should you know, if we should reuse this one. The big problem is that, oh crap. The big problem is this one takes a character as the shooting, right? In our case, it will not be a character, and for sure will not be a PS character, right? So that structure is just a very simple interactable object, right? At least for now. Maybe we can just reuse this thing, you know, just take this is projectile and Maybe we can reuse some of this, even if it looks like it's fairly... Projectile setup. Maybe we can, yes. Update location from curve. Okay, why is not in the list of the functions? Oh, that's a bit weird, huh? So we are calling a function that doesn't exist, or what? Holy moly, bro. Ah, so he's doing it just like that. So he's just calling it continuously without any delay. Wow. Yeah, this thing is probably not the best in the world. This thing is probably not the best in the world, but what we know is that this thing works because we have it in our spell system, right? And it actually works. I don't know if I like all these timers and but anyway. One divided by 60. Holy shit. 60 times a second. Wow. So it's basically a tick, right? Maybe there is a smarter way. Maybe there is a smarter way to do this. Maybe there is a smarter way. Not on a free item library. You haven't used it before. No, but here is the I mean, it's not that I need the 3D model. I need to understand how to do it. Niagara Beam, Niagara Sprite. Ah, you see that there is something already done. There is a U projectile movement component. No, I understand this one, right? This one is basically saying that you are using a particle. Well, we can also do. We can also do. The problem is if this is actually going to follow the character or not. No, I understand, but U projectile component. U projectile component. First of all, does this exist also in my version of Unreal or not? U projectile component. Fuck, doesn't? Is it introduced with a newer version of Unreal? Really? Projectiles? Did projectile movement component. U projectile movement. Wait. Projectile movement component. Yes, it's there. It's there. It's definitely there. I mean, this is fun. So it is where he's doing the fire, right? Are they bowing a flying effect? Yeah, actually yes. I think I don't know what they use. It's a good suggestion, hold on. I think with the bow we have something like this. Possible. I think we are using projectile, I assume. I mean, we are using the spell projectile, I think. But I'm not really sure, actually. I don't remember, but yeah, we probably have the bow. Yeah, the bow is shooting something, I think. I think he's using the... No, this is not plane shift stuff. It's not real engine stuff. I don't know. I don't remember, but yeah, our bow, I think, is shooting something, yes. Probably. Somewhere. Probably. I mean, in theory, when you attack, right? When you attack with the left click, depending on the weapon, it should... Play and stop the bow crosshair animation. Shoot arrow. Maybe he's not doing it. Maybe he's not doing it. You see this shoot arrow that is missing? I think it is executing the attack purely from the rules point of view. But it's not spawning anything. I think it's not doing a projectile. I don't think it's doing a real projectile. I don't think it is. No, I don't think so. Hello, Dotted Fish. Oh, wow, you won 600 points. Very nice. Very nice. No, I think we are not shooting the arrow today. But we may, right? We may. And this system is basically allowing us to do it, right? So this projectile fire. Spawn the projectile. Projectile fire in direction. Do we have a projectile already or not? I have a feeling that I did this already, but probably not. Projectile. Projectile. We have a spell projectile. Yeah, but the spell projectile is the one that we were looking before, right? Yeah, this guy. The spell projectile has additional stuff. No, but I think that the way... I mean, this is the standard guide, right? The standard Unreal Engine guide. So, if he's suggesting to do it this way... I think it's a good idea to do it this way. It's very long though. But it's very long because he's explaining everything very clearly, right? So basically it's step by step, but unfortunately it's very long. Exactly. Yeah, he's doing the collision thing. On hit. Yeah, I think it's very good because it's already designed to do exactly what we want, right? The problem is that it's very, very long. It's like 20 pages of stuff, but I think that if we can just get the final CPP file, you know, I can just import it and... Yeah, exactly. This finished section code, I think this probably contains everything. Yeah. Now we have to think if so is deriving projectile from actor, right? Is deriving projectile from actor. Because I did it for spells, also in dungeons, right? In dungeons we have... is the arrow supposed to be freely aimed like an FPS or tab targeting? What do you mean freely aimed? No, freely aimed, yes. Well, no, I mean, you know, he always hits. I mean, if you have the target below your crosshair and the crosshair becomes red, and you shoot, at the moment in the game, he automatically hits. There is no real ballistic... there is no real ballistic... Which is the reason why... let me see 1 second. But I don't think, yeah, it is a kind of a design decision, right? If we want you to be able to avoid the turret arrow or not. So I think we saw there was an answer about following the target, right? Homing target component. Yeah. So this will follow the target. So basically the arrow will hit no matter what. Which I think is good and bad. Do you think the arrow should miss, or do you think the arrow should always hit? I mean, the arrow should follow you. Bit undecided here. But yeah, you have a homing target that you can actually set. So if you set it, it will follow you no matter what. Even if you teleport, right? It will follow you through the whole world. If you teleport, well, we probably have you know, an expiration, right? There is an expiration. I think it would be nice anyway to see something that is shot at you. I think would be cool. I think we should do it because we may reuse this technique in other places in the game. At the moment we don't have it. We have it only through spells. But again, spells are magic, right? And so they auto-target. They do homing missile, yeah. Well... Okay, so I think we can do this. So we can add a new class. Now, every time I do this, I have to redo it, right? So every time I add a class, then I have somehow to redo it outside because it's messing up. Is this a bulk object or no? Well, I mean, we can put it under bulk object, or we can put it under server. I don't think is a great idea. Under utils is not a great idea. Under client, I think one day we will have to split this directory, this bulk object, right? We will have to split it somehow because it's huge. I mean, it's becoming bigger and bigger every day. So I just don't remember if I do this, what happens, right? Because I think I did it a few times, but at the end it was not adding properly. Oh. What the? No, I think it's doing it right here. It was probably not doing it correctly. It's just because he's naming the file with the wall AFPS, right? Which, by the way, should be, yeah, you see? I already want to change it. It lasted like 2 seconds. No, because I named it wrong. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We broke it. Okay, but anyway, so now if we copy all of this, and then we copy all of this, why I did it this way? Huh? What the fuck? What do you mean copyright Epic Games? Here's an example. We have to keep their copyright on it? I hope not, really. I already changed freaking everything, but no, everything now, we just changed the name of the class, just because I want to do it this way. Da 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 da. What do you mean he's not implemented? Ah, sorry. 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 Okay, so we have our projectile class, right? Now, I will have to do something like fire, right? So when the character is actually firing the thing. No, sorry, no, not this. Exactly, this part, right? So this is basically the fire function. And the fire function, I think we will put it inside our interactable actor. Now, I mean, I think we can. I think we can. I think we can. Projectile class. I see. Pa-pam, pam, pa-pam, pam. So yeah, this will be I think we can take the half height of the... Yeah, we will have to decide where the arrows are actually going out of, right? So it's for the consumer turrets. Yes, it is. It is for this. It is for this turret here. So that it will shoot these things, right? Now, the problem is that the turret doesn't really rotate, right? So at the moment, at least, it's not rotating, right? So it's not rotating and shooting. Maybe in the future it will, but at the moment, so you will see the arrow going out, you know, from the side, whatever, right? So like if you are here and the turret is shooting you, I mean, we can also implement the fact that the turret can only shoot front, but I think it starts to become a bit of a science project, and I don't know if I want to go that deep, right? I don't know if I want to go that deep. I'm thinking about it, but I mean, we could have a front view, right? A front-facing view, and shoot only if you are in view of the turret somehow. But in the big ball for city defense, yeah, we can use the same idea also for the ballista, yes. And for the siege, any siege weapons, yes. In theory, right? But I don't know. Let's try. Let's try. Let's try. Now this offset, right? All these masses just to calculate where the location, the starting location is, right? But I think I don't care. So I think I will just simply, very simply do this. I will just simply do this. At the moment, will just be 0,0,100. So it will be 1 meter high, right? 1 meter high. And that's it for now. And then we will see, okay? Now the aim is the rotation. This I think we will have to figure out, because we will have to basically aim toward the character, right? Toward the player. So this we will have somehow to figure out. This one I don't know at the moment, but we will have to figure it out somehow. We will have to figure it out. Yeah. Yeah, but I think that like this is already good enough. I mean, it's something at least, right? So now the problem will be that we will have to determine our target, right? And at the moment we don't have a target, so probably fire projectile needs to have a target, whatever it is, right? And this target can be an actor, but in the future, and then it will become a PS character as needed. I mean, to do damage, obviously, because to do damage, it needs to be a PS character, right? So we will have to figure out here the angle between my character, the angle between me and the target, right? But this is an easy question. It is a very easy question. I think it's looking at, right? I think there is a function called angle looking at or something like that. There is a looking at thingy. Find look at, yeah, find look at rotation. Exactly. 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 Fantastic. So this rotation we have to somehow figure it out, right? Maybe we can add a 10 in pitch just because it's slightly. So the shooter will be me. I mean the actor, the interactable actor. But the target is that target, right? And plus we want to add a pitch, right? Of, so maybe we do this, we do why this thing is so weirdly formatted, bro? Please. Huh? Please, 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 please don't make me go crazy. Thank you. Yes. So this will be this plus this, I guess. Right? Okay. 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 Okay, so this should sorry, what is this get actor viewpoint? No, we don't need any of that. We don't need any of that. Okay. So obviously we need the projectile somehow, right? So we need the projectile. Oops. The projectile. You may say, what is this? It is a Ninja Turtle? No, it's another building that I made. It's another building. I mean, for now the projectile would be very simple. Would just be this thing, right? Maybe with, I have no idea about the rotation. Zero idea about the rotation. Why? Why? Why the UV is... What? What is going on? I don't know. Something weird was happening. Okay. It looks like it near, but anyway, fine. I mean, this thing has not been designed to be... But I want it to be somehow visible, right? If possible. Now we may improve it, but I wanted this to be somehow visible, right? You see something coming your way. Now the orientation, I have no idea. If you should point vertically, should point horizontally, no idea at all. We will see what happens. Consumer projectile. Okay, this will be the projectile. Projectile. Okay. Consumer projectile. Now we will have to set. How do we? Yeah, it's the projectile class, right? The projectile class. Yeah, exactly. The projectile class, which now becomes which now becomes visible in the blueprint. Yes. Plus, we need to say if. By the way, is this part of the trap or not? Good question. In theory, yes. Or not. We can put this inside the trap properties because we have trap properties set, or which are these ones, right? Trap properties are holding all the variables for our traps. Now this is not technically a trap, it's a turret, right? But we use the same logic. So I'm thinking if I put it here, do I have a benefit of reuse in other places? Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's if a chest will shoot you, right? But in theory, it can, yeah. In theory, can, yes. So we move this to trap properties. Okay. So trap properties will have a projectile class, and we'll have I guess a boolean that is saying is projectile yes or no. Right? I assume. Now why this one doesn't have blueprint read and write? I don't know. Okay, so we have it on the traps property, right? We have it on the traps property, which is kind of interesting. We have it on the traps properties. So in theory is valid everywhere, right? So we will do this now. Right? Yes. Okay. So now I need to import my projectile somehow. I need to import here my projectile. That is where is it? Lol. Never find the right directories, bro. Buildings layers. Okay, anyway. It's not things, buildings. Projectile. Okay. There is our projectile, and in terms of size, I think it should be reasonable, right? Okay, this is our projectile. This is our projectile, my boys. Okay. Do we want to see one of the new buildings that you didn't see yet? If there is enough people saying yes, I can show it. If there is not enough people, it will remain a mystery. It will remain a secret. One person is not enough. We need more votes. And Hula is AFK. Easy. Okay, so now we have that. Now, how do we trigger the fire, right? Well, in this case, it's not that hard because in theory, I have the begin overlap, right, on my interactable actor. And it's just up to us to define what happens. And in theory, it should execute exactly the same way, right? So that so we have an overlap, right? We have an overlap. Now the only problem is what happens if two players overlap with my thing at the same time. That I don't really know, but we will see what happens. So do we have to flag? I think it's continuous damage or trap properties projectile, no? Because if it's projectile, I will continue to shoot until you stay within the area, right? Go for it. Okay. Okay, 2 votes is enough. 2 votes is enough. But wait, I need to get the blueprint one. This thing. This thing. Blub 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 blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I don't know. That is what came out of it. Ah, there is a bit of a tough vertex there. Let me see. Building number 2. Where is that vertex? It's probably this one, huh? I mean, it's not bad, but it looks a bit bad there. I don't know. It looks a bit too square. I don't even know why we have so many vertices here, actually. Why we have so many vertices here? Should be slightly better. Maybe not fantastically better, but slightly better. Anyway, it's not the end of the world, right? This is what? Building number 2? Building number 2. Building number 2. Yeah, it's better. I mean, not super better, but better. Yeah, it's okay now. It fits very nice. Okay. Do you want to see the other one? There is another one. I made it 2, so there is another one as well. There is also another one. There is a bit weird though. You saw it briefly before because I opened it here and you saw it for a second. You saw it for a second, but you didn't notice maybe. Or maybe you said, what is that? You said, what is that? Can we get 3 votes? 3 votes. I see 2 people on Twitch and 1 on YouTube. If we get 3 yes, there will be a reveal. Maybe the one on YouTube is Hula anyway. So, could be. Yeah, I think we can reuse exactly the same object, right? The difference, I think, is that we need we need to pass the info. Well, we have it though, because we have the trap. Yeah, we have the trap. So in theory we have it. Is it me on YouTube? Okay. Fine. I don't know, today there are no viewers, I don't know why. Sometimes we have like 10, 15. Ah, you see, there is someone else. It was not you. Okay, the other building is... The other building is this, which is a bit weird actually. No, I can show it to you in Unreal, it's easier. Or I can just position it here and see. Boom. I don't know, it's basically... I mean, the idea was to have all these carapace plates, but they don't really show up, right? I mean, if I show you the model, you see the carapace, and I go in this mode here, you see the carapace plates, right? You see that there is one plate here, right? One plate here. One plate here, right? So it's made of plates, but then when it's textured, you basically lose that. You don't see it anymore. You don't see it anymore because everything blends together and it becomes a bit of a mess. So, yeah. So that's it. So in a typical village, we can have that, we can have this, we can have the turrets, we can have this thing, we can have this thing, you know, so it starts to be populated, huh? This one needs to have, this one we need to put the blueprint one, because it's the one with the particle effect. Yeah, exactly. It's the one with the particle effect. There is grass coming through. Well, that's not very nice, but anyway. I cannot, unfortunately I cannot change that because the building will not remove the grass, I assume, so. Depending where it lands, it may, well, we can maybe bring up, make it higher. I don't know, I will think about it, but at the moment it's not a big deal. There is also a bit of smoke coming here from the side, which I left by purpose because I think that it gives a sense like there is some poison coming out, right? So I think it's okay. Yeah, this one looks a bit weird. I don't know, man. I mean, they all look weird, but it's fine. I mean, anyway, at the end is a city of a very strange creature, so why not? Why not? Okay, so when we are here, right, and we trigger, now we need to understand if we want to trigger, the continuous damage, or if we want to trigger the overlapping damage, right? In theory, we trigger it for all. Well, in theory, the trigger is the same. The trigger is the same. The difference will be the request toggle. That in case we have This is not very easy though. I didn't think about it. I didn't think about this. We have a problem. The problem is that the player, I mean, the problem is that the player, right, will not be next to the thingy, and so it will take some time for the trap for the projectile, right, to actually reach the player. It will take some time, right? The problem is that I am activating the trap damage instantly, while in theory I should activate the trap damage on impact, right? So what? Well, what we can do maybe is that if projectile is on, if projectile is not on, so projectiles do do damage on impact and not immediately, right? So if it's not a projectile, we just activate the trap as usual, right? But if he's a projectile, yeah, but how do we know then the initiator and whatever thingy? Because wait, because here we fire. I mean, here we trigger, right? But then the on hit of the project, we need to store on the projectile our target, I guess. Well, we have it when we hit. Ah, okay, we have it when we hit. So we don't have to store anything because we have it when we hit, right? So in our projectile, when we hit, which is here, on it, right? On hit. The problem is that it can hit something else. He can hit something else in the trajectory. No! Oh, fuck. Yeah, if there is something in between... If there is something in between, what will happen? Add impulse on location, at location. I think it is actually pushing you. Which is kind of interesting, but I think it needs to be physics enabled to do this. Yeah, in fact, it's saying if simulating physics, right? So this is completely useless to us. What we want to do, we want to actually do damage. And then, oops, and then destroy the projectile, right? So to do damage, this projectile needs to know this. Yeah, the problem will be that on hit, right? On hit will trigger also if there is something else in between. Oh my god. Can we ignore the on hit? No, eh? I don't know if the on hit will actually trigger for everything that he hits on his trajectory or not. But okay, we will see. For now, let's say just do damage, right? Do damage. I need to know. I mean, first thing I need to know the other actor, right? The other actor must be a PS character. If he's not an APS character, we don't care, right? Ah, he typed it. Wow, fantastic, bro. How did he do this? I don't know. He understood exactly what I wanted to do. That's fantastic. Yeah, so if target hit is not valid, right? Then we just return. Then what? Then we just return, right? We do nothing. So target must be a PS character, so we don't want to damage anything else. And also target must be a player. We don't want to do damage to our creatures, right? We don't want to do damage to other NPC. So if he's not a player, right? If he's not a player, we well, we still have to destroy. We still have to destroy this thing, right? Well, let me do this. We just check all the cases where it's not, right? Most MMO work with line of sight, but not with other characters catching the arrow for you, because often a tank is in front of you and determine the target by aggro. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is a bit far from my thinking at the moment. I mean, I know, but at the moment we are in a really simpler level, right? But yeah. I think this will do damage on everything that is on the line, right? Everything it touches is doing damage. I don't know if on hit is actually triggered multiple times or not. Triggered for the first hit or all the hits until lifetime expires. On hit is triggered for every blocking hit, not just the first one. Yeah, if we destroy it at the first hit, then okay, so we can, in theory we can, okay. So in theory, if we store the target with the projectile, you know, we can do damage only to that target, right? In theory. But anyway. So to do damage, we have to take the trap object, but the trap object, we don't have it anymore. No, we don't have the trap object. Nope, we don't have it, but we need it. We need to save here the trap object somehow. So this will be APS interactable. And this will be originator, right? This will be the originator. Huh? What do you want? This will be the originator, right? So we look at the origin. So we have to do what? So so what do we have to do? We have to, so this is the originator, right? Which is an interactable. So we have to do the request toggle, or no, we need to do the activate of the trap. We have to do the activation of the trap. So it's like this, right? Initiate or activate trap this. So this is my originator. Initiator is my target hit. We have to be sure that the trap is still valid. Because it may have been destroyed meanwhile, right? Okay. Let's see if this does something. I don't know. I have no idea, guys, if this is going to do anything. Okay, so the first thing I need, wait, we need a tribe with this thing on the ground, though, huh? We need a tribe that generates this building now. And also we need this building to have a specific range that at the moment it does not have. At the moment this thing does not. So I need to create another trap like this. Is this what you're saying? Yes. I need to create another trap like this, and it will be Tribe Trap 2. And Tribe Trap 2 will have no particle system, at least not at the moment. We'll have the mesh, our Trap 02. No. Our consumer turret. Yeah. Exactly. And now we need to decide the range, right? The range at the moment will be fixed, but we can then make it parametric. But I think we can say that the range is something like this. Okay? The range is something like this, so it's fairly short. I mean, we can make it bigger. Collision box. Yeah, let's make it this way so we can test it. And then I need to say that this as the new continuous new project. I didn't recompile yet. So I have to recompile to get my new properties, right? My new properties, I don't have yet the is projectile, right? I don't have the is projectile. So I have to save this. Then I have to close everything. Then I have to recompile and see if this thing that we just wrote actually makes any sense and compiles. The consumer can have magical skill or something else, poison on the projectile. Yeah, it can be poison, yes, it can be anything. At the moment it's the same fire effect, but I think we need to create effects for poison, for energy, for other stuff, right? I think it will be poison, yes. Poison. Poison. It's compiling, boys. It's compiling.